Life, in its essence, is unpredictable and chaotic. Its currents may sway us in directions we never anticipated. We may find ourselves caught in the whirlwinds of unexpected events, natural disasters striking with no warning, economic downturns shaking the very foundations of our lives, or personal tragedies that leave us reeling. These are the stark realities of our existence, the uncontrollable aspects that we cannot escape nor change. Yet, it is in acknowledging this unpredictability that we take our first step towards finding serenity. It's about understanding that control is an illusion, and that the only certainty in life is uncertainty itself. It's about accepting life in all its disorderly glory, not as a series of problems to be solved, but as a journey to be experienced. It's not about taming the storm, but learning to dance in the rain. Serenity starts with acceptance, the acceptance of life's inherent unpredictability. Resilience, the ability to weather life's storms, is a skill that can be cultivated. It's the protective armor we wear in the battlefield of life's unpredictability, the compass that helps us navigate through the dense fog of chaos. But how do we build this resilience? One way is through mindfulness. Mindfulness, the practice of being present in the moment, allows us to experience life as it unfolds without getting swept away by the torrent of worries about the future or regrets about the past. It enables us to acknowledge our feelings without becoming enslaved by them, to observe our thoughts without judging them. This practice can be as simple as focusing on your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your chest, the cool air entering your nostrils and the warm air leaving. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we create a firm foundation on which to build our resilience. Another strategy is adaptive thinking. This involves reframing our thoughts and perceptions about the chaotic circumstances we find ourselves in. Instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles, we can see them as challenges to be tackled, as opportunities for growth. Like a skilled sailor who uses the wind to steer his ship instead of fighting against it, we too can learn to use the chaos to our advantage. Seeking support from others is also crucial. Contrary to popular belief, resilience is not about being a lone warrior battling the storms of life. It's about recognizing when we need help and reaching out for it. It's about forming connections, sharing our struggles, and drawing strength from the collective wisdom of our community. Let's consider the example of Jessica, a single mother who lost her job during an economic downturn. Instead of succumbing to despair, she used this setback as a stepping stone. She practiced mindfulness, took control of her thoughts, sought help from her community, and eventually started her own successful business. Her story exemplifies the power of resilience. Resilience paves the way for not just surviving but thriving amidst chaos. As we cultivate this skill, we transform life's unpredictable currents from threats into opportunities, from stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Paradoxically, tranquility often resides right within the heart of chaos. Quite a concept to grasp, isn't it? But let's take a moment to delve deeper into this idea. Often, we're taught to resist chaos, to seek order and predictability. But what if we were to reframe our relationship with chaos? What if, instead of resisting it, we embraced it? Picture a whirlwind of events, a flurry of happenings that seem to have no rhyme or reason. It's overwhelming, to say the least. But in the heart of that whirlwind, there's a space, a calm center where the air is still and the noise of the storm is but a distant hum. That's the tranquility within chaos we're exploring today. Now, you might be thinking, easier said than done. And you're absolutely right. It's not an easy task to find calm amidst the storm, but it's not impossible either. Let's take a look at some individuals who have managed to do just that. Consider the story of a woman who found herself in the midst of a personal crisis. Everything in her life seemed to be spinning out of control. But instead of resisting the chaos, she chose to sit with it, to accept it. She found that in embracing the chaos, she was able to tap into a profound inner calm. She discovered that the turmoil was not against her, but rather a part of her journey towards self-discovery and growth. Or think about the man who faced a professional setback that turned his life upside down. He could have let the chaos consume him. Instead, he chose to embrace it, to see it as an opportunity for growth, for learning. And in doing so, he found a tranquility within himself that he had never known before. These stories remind us that chaos is not necessarily a destructive force. It can be a catalyst for growth, for transformation. It can be a doorway to a tranquility that resides deep within us, waiting to be discovered. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of chaos, remember this. Embracing chaos, rather than resisting it, reveals the path to serenity. Unpredictability, often seen as a hindrance, can indeed be a beautiful aspect of life. Let's take a moment to explore this seemingly paradoxical idea. In our quest for order, predictability, and control, we often overlook the sheer beauty and richness that unpredictability brings to our lives. Imagine, if you will, a life where every moment is scripted, every outcome is known, every path is predetermined. Where's the excitement in that? Where's the sense of adventure, the thrill of discovery, the joy of surprise? It's the uncertainty, the not knowing, the unpredictability that adds a certain depth, a certain richness to our lives. Consider the story of a woman who, after years of predictable routine, decided to embark on a solo trip around the world. She didn't know what to expect, what she would encounter, who she would meet. And it was precisely this unpredictability that made her journey so enriching, so transformative. Each new place brought new experiences, new perspectives, new insights. The unpredictability of her journey became the source of its beauty. Or think about the artist who starts with a blank canvas. There's an element of unpredictability in how the painting will evolve, how the colors will blend, how the final piece will look. And it's this unpredictability that adds to the excitement and the beauty of the creative process. Unpredictability is not something to be feared or avoided. It is something to be embraced, to be celebrated. It's what makes life exciting, interesting, fulfilling. It's what makes each day different from the last, each moment unique in its own way. So, let's shift our perspective. Let's stop viewing unpredictability as a hindrance, as something to be controlled or eliminated. Instead, let's appreciate it for what it truly is. An integral part of life, a source of richness and beauty, a catalyst for growth and transformation. In the unpredictability of life lies its most profound beauty. As we conclude our exploration of serenity and chaos, let us reflect on the transformative potential of embracing life's unpredictability. We've journeyed through the recognition of life's inherent uncertainty, the cultivation of resilience, and the paradoxical discovery of tranquility within the storm. We've learned not only to endure the unpredictable, but to thrive amidst it, finding beauty in its unpredicted occurrences. We've seen how the unpredictable nature of life, once seen as a source of distress, can be reframed into a source of strength and growth. We've learned that resilience is not about avoiding the storm, but learning how to dance in the rain. So, as we step back into the world, let us carry with us these insights. Let us approach life's chaos not with fear, but with a renewed sense of peace and resilience. Remember, serenity is not the absence of chaos, but the ability to find peace within it.